Also their run at TI versus Concoction.
You know, yeah, okay, whatever. A little familiarity goes a long way. And maybe EG familiarity, will it prove to give them the victory this time? Early trade in the jungle for Insania. That's not where you want to be.
No, not at all. He's going to have to either TP to lane or take a long walkabout, or a delayed walk, as Matthew will give him the space to come back, it seems, for now. Our mid matchup is pretty interesting. We've seen this a couple times now. C-Smile going to be rocking the mid Underlord.
Yeah, this is a SA classic. They really like Underlord for pretty much any melee mid. They're very confident that they're just going to win the lane through the CS war, come out with an advantage, and then it's just an aura buy for EG. I also feel like this team functions pretty damn well when C-Smile is their kind of utility player, because they have two carries. I mean, Whisper is a carry. This guy is one of the best Tinker players in the world. It's coming out one of these days. So you have two really high damage core players on your side lanes. You give Alk 2 or 3 free waves, suddenly he has extra regen, and then he can just stay there forever. Especially in this Alchemist Centaur matchup, which is very dependent on the early trades and how fast you can get the Vanguard. Same for the Doom.
And an early Mickey self-stun get on top of this hero, right?
The thing is, Boxy playing it. This is Insania Siggy.
It really is.
Yeah, this is his #1 play. Heroes we saw in the stat that to take it away from him. That's a bold move.
It is. Maybe
Boxy
just didn't want to play the silencer.
I feel like I've seen one 4 player make this Oracle work consistently, and that was Jared back in the day.
This could be the combo right here. The toss back, the telekinesis into the kill. They do manage to get the stomp on the Alchemist as well. Whisper playing for the double here. And
one
he's
more.
Gonna get that double edge. He's so close, but he can't quite close the.
Him off the lane here. Try and keep him to that level 4. He's maybe gonna get it off the small camp, but you have catapult weight down here. You have the tankiest hero in Dota at this time.
Dire's top
You gotta use it for something. They're gonna bring the Pugna. I like this move. You gotta force the dive. Maybe just glyph here. There it is. How much can you get out of this? Can you get the body blocks? Can you
body
get the
blocks? I was about to say, you're bringing in a hero that doesn't have a stun, but if he body blocks well enough, maybe. Matthew gonna be targeted here. The telekinesis is not gonna come through. Turns around, fades both, but that's all he's got. But Mickey walked back into that one and ends up going down anyway. So, mission success for Evil Geniuses.
Like he was out.
Yeah, he was, 100%.
And what a team player, you know? Goes back in, helps get that +2 in for Insania.
What is going on here,
bro?
C-Smile, Nisha, C-Smile, very low, but the Fate Bolt comes through, that's enough! Oh, baited him out off of the laning phase, but after a bit of a bait. First look, C-Smile feeling a lot better. He's gonna walk back to base. Opts not for the early level of the teleporter here, but our Ursa is gonna be left behind. Liquid return Evil Geniuses, who had Panda on the other side of things, trying to cover the deal. C-Smile averages just 4,347 hero damage done by the 10-minute mark. 4th lowest. They're just not able to put the damage in on Nisha the way he really wanted to, the way they picked for this matchup specifically.
Yeah, but where's that rank amongst Underlord damages, you know?
I have to assume Underlord usually does some pretty good damage, right?
Depends how many heroes run into his spells.
Big damage coming out onto the Centaur. Will it be enough? Certainly not. Stampede goes out and does allow Evil Geniuses to reach.
It's a big question too, how much farm do Liquid supports get? And that's maybe dependent on the moves Mickey makes. He could be up for Alk. Time to fight.
Hit the stomp off of the pit latch. They're going to be able to get a second one, but the Oracle is a problem. Just sitting up in their high ground. Can't really keep that aggression going, and Team Liquid are the ones who bring more.
The Roche is just so slow. That's the downside of this hero sometimes.
Yeah.
There's no way you want to go in Roche right now. It's way too funky. They're going to find a big core kill.
Stomp. Side, though, is going to be protected by now. Fate's Edict and even the potential of the False Promise. Insania taking a lot of damage from Matthew with some of those stolen spells. Going to go back around. False Promise finally put to use here as the Alchemist cuts in from the side. A rude entrance from Mickey that's going to be very effective at picking off the supports of Evil Geniuses.
Is he smart? No, they're bringing him. Matthew is not going to be at this fight.
They can finish it off in a second here. They see the Watchers
how
going
bold
down.
are you guys?
Smoke's going to prop. Whisper starts going in. The Blink Dagger goes out first. Throws out the Doom immediately, but the Aegis is picked up already by the Ursa, who got off the Enrage too. Still though, C-Smile's going to be in trouble. Probably dead here. Panda's going to try and heal him up where he can. TP home. Do they have a stop to this one? They do. Chains on through as he jumps to the Remnant. 2 heroes picked off. Evil Geniuses feel like that's not the worst if that is all it is.
Yes, that's all it is.
Slow down. Catching up to him here. And they already moved the Ursa into the mid lane, so it looks like Whisper, he's not going to receive any help. That'll be a third hero to die in that exchange. Now, definitely not worth it. Yeah, I mean, he's going to go Lotus Orb, so, you know, that'll help him out. But I guess you could do the mantle play.
You gotta think about the long con, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's the first game in a best of 3. Why not taunt your opponent? Nice change. Holding in the two supports once again, but C-Smile is here. The heals coming out. Panda giving up some of his own life to save Matthew if he can. Now the Ursa's here with that Aegis. Matthew huddled in a corner, hoping that nobody will find him. But Nisha will eventually burn him out, or at least the Radiance will. And Mickey is going to town. The claws are beginning to tear into him a little bit here, but there's the full squad still up and about. And Bakaj having a hard time struggling. As he goes down the first time, the false promise is going to wear out eventually on Mickey, but he'll have plenty heals after that. Because BKB TP out, but right in front of a Tormentor, and they almost died with the AoE damage on that Tormentor. Speaking of which, Liquid will take that away from Evil Geniuses.
The pit into the Pugna Ward, which stay up for that entire duration. Maybe if you're there at the start with everybody on EG side, you can get something going, but I don't
net worth boon. But it doesn't make that big of a difference. It's not 15K worth.
It doesn't feel artificial when they're just throwing it on you. Does get the ult off. Gonna wear out a lot of this Doom timer. Maybe you can try and turn here.
Yeah, this is pretty decent if they could stop Zai, but now the rest of Team Liquid is here. Protecting the Ursa. That's priority number 1. Getting the punish number 2. Still, telekinesis back in. Mickey, he's going to stun. Not a stop though, and they get a false promise. Mickey, still that leaves the Doom open for the taking. Still, they're fighting under the Reign of Destiny. Box is going to be spotted. They go for the Oracle. False promise may have already been used, but that is still a prime target. Problem being, they can't.
Gonna try and catch off the smoke. Do have Doom.
Yeah, they smoke into the Underlord. C-Smile. Now, he doesn't have an easy way out of this one. Well, I spoke too soon. I was going to say can't TP out because of the Doom, but they do have the Stampede. Still going to chase after him, though. Nisha really committing. And they get some help, though. The Pugna's already dead, so the healer is gone. A little bit more heal from Matthew, but it's not good enough. Nice steal, though, from Matthew, allowing him to get away, not being one more victim to Team Liquid's rampage rotation. So,
and that's what the smoke is designed to do. Try and find the fight or the pick-off before then so you can get some map control, maybe just get that objective.
It does also mean that Team Liquid will have the advantage for that Roshan because of their outpost being on daytime.
That's a big deal. We have seen it be absolutely pivotal in these fights. Whisper will not find the jump. You get a stolen chains, that's level 4.
Oh, that is pretty strong. McCabe's gonna jump in and go after that support. And hit the other one too.
What
with the BKB, he used the Invincible Blade onto the Pugna to stop the Decrepify and kills them both. On the other side, they are trying to go on Insania, but the damage is so slow. The disarm comes out, Bakaz being controlled. That's most of their damage. In fact, Bakaz is returning. He does manage to get Nisha first, but eventually falls. Still, though, C-Smile is beginning to go to work all by himself, all by his lonesome, all that bonus damage, but not a low enough hero to put it into. 2 for 5 exchange, a team wipe.
You have Swift Blink Nullifier on Mickey, so this jump, you can't Pugna save him, you can't pop these auras to help your man.
They do have very good vision, though. Oh, they've got some good vision to work off of, and they found the silencer.
That's a good
great start already, but there's those buybacks. They have to worry about this. One done. Once again, Mickey comes in with a 2-man, bounce back. They have the Doom onto the bye-bye, getting chopped up by Mickey. Meanwhile, Nisha's going to work once again, just trying to disrupt the backline, trying to stop this Pugna from having an effect. C-Smile, he'll be able to get out. Whisper,
Mickey's gonna stun 2 heroes with every concoction.
Might as well call
You're
it
in
out.
trouble.
Man, Matthew had stolen the Doom, too.
Load is reflected the Doom and stolen.
Even the disarm by Boxy at the end, because why not, I guess?
It's free. No downside.
Yeah.
Invis Mickey looking mid. Got all the attack speed in the world.
Start laying into him with the nullifier, and the badges going out. C-Smile has to use the Rod of Atos, trying to create some gap, but it's not going to happen. They'll slow down the silencer, and Mickey building up those stacks with the corrosive weaponry.
That's the other upside of attack speed bills on Alk right now. You just build up that minus status resistance very fast. He has nowhere to run. That Abyssal is suddenly a much longer duration than you expected. Well, Kaz
Giving up Megas, he uses the Doom. That's going to stop a lot of the damage coming out from the Ursa. He's just kiting him around non-stop while Nisha and the rest of Liquid are demolishing buildings and getting kills inside the base. As it looks like Panda, he's going to pop eventually here. Last word, and a little bit more damage. Okay, Nisha held in, rooted up. Now Picard's here to deliver the damage. Bash gets him. Okay, a trade-off of 1-for-1. But the damage, it's already in a game 1 against Liquid before.
That is true.
We could do it again.
Second time's the charm.
I feel like it's maybe a little bit different circumstances this time around, but being able to play, you're already warmed up and everything, but as the day goes long, we start heading into the night. EG stamina may just be a factor here, but it looks like this game 1 may not last for long. Evil Geniuses, big push coming in from Team Liquid now. He's gonna go for it, putting his damage to the test on Mickey with a false promise, immediately going out. And the damage will start being denied. They're gonna actually jump in, back in with that false promise, hit the stun, and he's just gone. Mickey healed up the full, no Ursa, no damage threat. Evil Geniuses have nothing to be able to stop Team Liquid, and they will take game 1 in this best of 3.
No answer for the Alchemist cleavers here. Just slices and dices the golem straight into a throne. That's an easy progression. I don't think EG had answer for what Liquid were proposing in this game, unless those lanes went very favorably. And I think it's hard to